So you want to learn how to wheelie, just like that guy over there.
Woo! Woo! Let's go!
He looks like he's having fun. But you don't know where to start, so I got you. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to wheelie your Rawrr, down to the settings, how to practice, and everything else you need to know. Especially the mistakes that some people make, because I've seen a lot and I know how to wheelie. I think I'm qualified now. But anyways, let's get into the video. Alright, so quick disclaimer before the video. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not the wheelie guru or anything, I just know how to wheelie. Of course, I am going to be giving advice, but don't take it too literally, but some of the things I do say are very important. So please pay attention, and if you're going to try to wheelie because of me, just take it at your own risk. Be ready to fall, I'm not going to lie. And yeah, just be safe. Alright, let's get to the video. Okay, back to action camera. Give me a second. It's hard with one hand to stop. So the first and main thing you want to do is locate your rear brake. On most C-motos, especially the Rawrr, the e-brake's going to be right here on your left side. But always have a finger on it when you wheelie. Second thing, you're not going to wheelie on the first day, the second day, the first week, or the first month. It's a slow progress, like don't rush it. It took me so long to learn how to wheelie, but I learned slowly and carefully. That's the main thing you want to do. Unless you have a lot of money and you think you can't break a bone. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, next is the app. You see this right here? If you want to know what settings I have to wheelie, I'll show you right now. You just press Bluetooth connect, click your Mantis. Alright, after that's loaded. Personally, I disabled my brake sensor, but if you're learning, you want to keep that on. So, just leave that on. Next, I wheelie in race mode. It's best to learn in this mode even though if it's hard. No regen braking. The throttle curve is, I just left it alone. Power to throttle, I left that alone. So the only thing that I changed is regen braking. I just turned that off. You're also going to want it on if you're still learning. It is going to help you a little bit to get the bike back down if you go too far back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's get to the main part. First, let me find a parking lot that I can actually do that in. So yeah, that might take a minute. And just before I get to the tutorial, let me show you I can wheelie. First wheelie back. Yeah, I feel pretty good. Okay. I think this will work. Straight line. Yeah. This trendy thing. Yeah. Yup. The camera's shaking. Okay, so now that you found your spot, I found mine. Quick disclaimer, if you're a beginner, you should be starting in grass. It's much more forgiving than concrete. Concrete is easier to wheelie on, but grass is definitely more forgiving. You're going to want to know the basics. Remember that thing I said about the rear brake. This is going to be important. So first, what you want to do is practice popping it up. Like I said, have a finger on that rear brake. That is the most important thing you can do. When you feel yourself going too far back, press the rear brake. As you learn how to wheelie more and more, you're going to learn how to use it better and better. At first, you're probably going to be pressing your rear brake really hard, but that's okay, as long as you get down safely. So boom, you're going to want to pop it up. As you pop it up, you want to give it a little bit of throttle, not too much, especially since you're at a stop, and just bring it up like that. Practice bringing it up to balance point and pressing the rear brake when you're getting too high, like that. Just practice that for a while. What I would recommend is that you do a little bit of that every single day, then just one day doing it for like 5 hours. Just stay consistent. This is going to take you a while. Don't get impatient because that's how you fall. Next up, once you're comfortable with bringing it back up, now you want to try and continue the wheelie. Now what you want to do is pop it up like you've been practicing, but now just try to go in a straight line. Quick tip, stay as far back on the seat as you can. It's a lot easier. Pop it up, play it around that balance point, drag your feet, that's okay. It is going to be a little bit awkward. See? See how far back I'm sitting? Hold on, that's not, I'm on the fender, dude. So right here, I'm going super slow because I'm actually sitting super far back, so that's why I kept on coming to a stop. The further you lean back, the slower you're going to go. And if you pop it up enough to the point where you're getting to a stop and you're controlling it, that means you're learning brake control. Brake control is the most crucial thing when you're wheeling. So now you want to practice that pop up and going in a straight line while dragging your feet as much as you can until you feel comfortable with your brake control. Then, now you can start getting into the real wheelies. Now this part was the hardest for me to learn. It took me so long. But taking it slow is the best thing that you can do. Alright, let's switch to my POV cam real quick because this is going to be easier if I do that. Okay, now that we're getting to the wheelies where you just keep your foot on the pegs, let me go to a different spot. Okay, so now that I found the spot, you're going to want a straight line road with little to no cars around. Alright, so like I said again, a long patch of grass is going to be way better than a long patch of road, just in case if you fall, because it's going to be way more forgiving. This road does have a little bit of cars, but that's fine. I'm already used to wheeling here. You're going to bump it up into sport, like how I have it. You're probably going to want the brake sensor for this. So basically, you're going to be doing the same thing. Hold on, let me get to a stop real quick. When you're about to pop it up, you want to push forward to load your front suspension, right? And then that's going to put you back a little bit. As the rebound on the suspension is bringing you back, you want to then now pull back, not up, pull back, and give it a little throttle at the same time. Let me show you. I press the front brake every time to load my front suspension. You see that? It's loading it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So now that we know this, front suspension, a little bit of throttle, and I'm into the wheelie. So once you're in the wheelie, it's going to be a battle of you trying to stay in balance point. You're not always going to be in balance point. You're going to either be right below it or right behind it. When you're right behind it, rear brake. When you're right below it, a little bit of throttle. Never too much. So let's practice the pop-ups again. Load the front shock, and then pull it back. Pull it back, not up. Let's try that again. Front brake to load the front suspension. That's just a habit I have. You don't have to do that. But you can push down and then pull. You can push down and push back up. So, you see that? That's exactly what I'm doing. At first, what your wheelies are going to look like are like this. This is the power wheelie. If you can get to use that rear brake in the power wheelie, that's amazing. Okay, so that's what your wheelies are going to look like. And that's okay, as long as you're getting to use the rear brake. How I started off is first I started with power wheelies, not on purpose. That's just how it was. I was too scared to drop it back. You're going to be scared to drop it back. That's why I did it over time. And over time, it just started dropping it back more and more and more. And I'm probably going to drop it back more in the future. And also, another good habit to have is checking your rear brake before you do the wheelie. For example, every time before I do a wheelie, I always lock my rear wheel. I make sure it locks, and then I do the wheelie to check if my rear brake is still in check. So I always lock it up, and then I just do that, you know? So now you're at this part where you're trying to drop it back more and more and more. You might loop out, you might fall. Like, the mentality you're gonna have, you be ready to fall. That's why I'm always wearing gear. Even if it's a backpack, that could help. And of course, you know, obviously the helmet and the gloves, bare minimum. When I was learning, I would wear a motorcycle vest, and that gave me some confidence. So now I'm just gonna be wheeling and showing you the fundamentals. See when I drop it back, I'm using my rear brake. You see that? It's that crucial. So now you're at this part. You're doing the power wheelie phase. Now this part is more of like the longest part. You're doing your power wheelies and you're trying to drop it back more and more. This is gonna be the longest part. This isn't gonna be in like 1 week, maybe even a month. No, this isn't gonna be 1 week or a month. A month if you're lucky, but you're still gonna be improving every single time you wheelie. And you're not just gonna learn in one day. You gotta be consistent, like maybe 30 minutes a day. That's how I did it. But hopefully this video helped you on dialing back your wheelies, the settings that you might need. You don't need these settings. You can, look, I'll put it in race mode. I'll put it in sport mode right now. This is with regen on. You can still wheelie with regen, especially since the Mantis X regen is super, super weak. But yeah, I really hope this helped you learn how to wheelie, or at least gave you some pointers. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if I missed anything, because I feel like I kind of did. I'm not that good at wheelies. I'm just showing you the basics because I know the basics. And yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'll see you guys later.